So these longer form videos never get as many views as my short ones. But this comment definitely hit me, and maybe I like to hear the sound of my own voice or something. I worked at a company that was in warehousing, and basically every month you have these meetings, right, where you'll be like, okay, this is what we're doing, this is the goals, this is what projections are, everything for whatever. Not super relevant. What's relevant is the fact that we were closing down warehouses all over the United States. And I kept hearing people who were there for fucking years, decades, that were just like, oh, we're not closing. And the higher ups would say it too. Oh, we're not closing. Because when those other places close down, we're getting their traffic. We're getting their, business. And I'm just like sitting here, and it's really fucking hard to confront the fact that, people are like lying to you, right? But this is just not the same country as a lot of people who have started these things, like started these jobs, like came into. Companies don't care. And like a lot of young people have known this, but no one fucking listened to us, right? I'm 26, and people didn't listen at all. I'm lucky in the sense that I knew I didn't want to go to college when I was fucking leaving high school, but a lot of my peers at my age and directly above me were conned into the idea that you got to go to college, you got to, and I bought a house, they got a degree, right? Some people have both, some people have neither. But eventually that warehouse closed down after being told month after month after month that they were not closing, and then everyone there got a little 2-week severance pay, and the people who were there for a couple years got a couple extra weeks of severance pay. And that was it. Right. I hate to, I don't know how to put it. I hate the fact that this is how people have to fucking learn, right? Because a lot of us were seeing the system run its fucking course and eating people alive, but cognitive dissonance from just like, it's hard to confront the fact that a company can just fucking get rid of you. And when you've put in that much time and effort, you're not willing to confront that. And I have my sympathy for it, but a lot of older people in the generations above me just shit talked us so much that we stopped explaining and we stopped even trying to help. And a lot of people have this animosity toward it, basically like an "I told you so" idea. But we didn't want to be fucking right. We wanted people to listen. We wanted people to fucking do it, but we were all dumb, stupid fucking kids who don't know any better. Well, we told you so, right? And I'm not speaking directly to this. I'm just using this as an example because it's important. I was talking to a lot of people, and this phrase from Les Miserables comes up. It's the song, "Do you hear the people sing?" And I mean, it's just the lower rung workers, minimum wage, all that's been a problem. People being like, oh, well, minimum wage can't buy you anything because it's not supposed to. It's like, whatever. That conversation's dead and gone. Because now that you've removed anybody from minimum wage helping you, it's getting its way up the ladder. And now people who've been at places for years, decades, are finally feeling these same effects that minimum wage is doing, because the system is just going to keep eating people until it kills itself. And this is why, we wanted help for shit and some insight and some discussion back when there was more people to fight for it, but you knock some people out of it and now everyone's a little bit less strong, right? right now, I've looked for jobs and I've had moderate success, but like companies nowadays are just willing to have people in a rotating door. You don't have to look any further than Amazon, and Amazon's bad in this regard because they've started to kind of teach other companies how to do this shit. They crush unions and they keep this revolving door of people. They'll just work you until you can't fucking work anymore and they'll get rid of you. And there's just so many people who want to work at these locations that what are you gonna do, right? We call this neo-feudalism. At least that's what I've tried to wrap my head around with this. I don't know if that's the exact phrasing or whatever, but during feudal times we had lords, and like you served under your lord. I'm not going to explain the whole thing because I don't have time, but at this point we have a couple lords who are starting to take over, and you basically have to serve one and serve. I mean, Facebook has a fucking like city they're trying to build, right? That's just on the head, right? So you go serve your landlord and you get paid. So the companies that can pay you enough have control over these things. Excuse me. Which is bad because now mom and pop operations, little self businesses. I mean, there's so many stores that just close down because a Walmart opens up in the same area code, right? And Walmart's great for the low prices, but once they start to get rid of the jobs and automate everything and keep raising prices once there's no longer competition, you are now at the mercy of these companies. And now, even if you don't work for them, now you're getting eaten by them still too. So we're basically pick a lord if you want to have a livable fucking wage and live, right? You pick Lord Bezos, you pick Lord Gates, you pick Lord Zuckerberg, right? You pick Lord Musk. Or you can pick the Lord USA, right? You can work for the fucking government. There's caveats with every job. You can get some cushy desk job somewhere and live moderately comfortable, or you have to try to cheat the system, which is just living multiple people in a house and not playing into the system, right? Or you have to go like an alternate like route. There's a lot of people doing creative ventures. OnlyFans has become popular because people are fucking starving. And something that I have never seen talked about is the fact that like 18-year-olds should not be going in to OnlyFans right out of the fucking gate. But people will demonize people before they sympathize, right? Think about how fucked up that is that someone feels the need to do that because there's not enough food to go around. People want to go to college. People want to pursue an actual career. People want to do things, but they can't because there's no like strong base to build it on. And that's fucked up. And things like OnlyFans does have consequences. I'm a huge supporter of sex work, right? But it does have consequences. Just like fucking drug dealing. Like, they're both things that if you don't have the ability to have that safety net and say no, you can be put in a lot of fucking danger and have actual big ramifications, big consequences that can happen to you. And it's fucked up. And that's shit that people just don't seem to get, right? So you gotta pick your lord, you gotta play into the system, you gotta try to cheat the system, or you just go on the black market and you, like, work outside of the system. Because if you play into the system normally, you're going to get fucked. And that's just some things I wanted to talk about all this. It's fucked up. But, you know, I don't pretend to be right about anything I say. I'm just a guy talking onto a fucking camera. And if you have some points of views, let me know. I'm always looking to learn more. So, peace.